How we doing, folks? Your host, Moose, here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to the Fiesta Bowl, the semifinal of the college football playoff, where your Pitt Panthers will be taking on the undefeated second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. It should be a great game between two teams that are both fantastic at moving the football through the air as well as possess great defenses. The winner will be off to the college football playoff national championship game. It should be a great game of football here in Glendale, Arizona. So let's get you out to the football field as your Pitt Panthers will be ready to face off with the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the Panthers will be kicking off to open this game. J-Bump to get things underway. It's going to be Antonio Williams for the Buckeyes back to receive. And we are underway here in the Fiesta Bowl. Should be a fantastic matchup. Semifinals of the college football playoff for the second consecutive year for the Panthers. And it's interesting that they're playing Ohio State because the Buckeyes were the team that the Panthers kept out of the college football playoff last season. Of course, the Panthers losing to eventual national champions, the Washington Huskies, and the Buckeyes start off brightly. It's senior running back Mike Weber, over 1,200 yards on the season, 14 touchdowns on the ground for the senior, and he gets 13 there. Dwayne Haskins, their starting quarterback, the redshirt junior, goes for 15 yards on a read option keeper. He's shown some surprising mobility this year, over 440 yards rushing for the quarterback. This time he hands off to Weber, though. He gets his legs cut out from under him by Jazzy Stalker, but not after picking up another big chunk for the Buckeyes, 17 yards, and they're into Pitt territory at the 31. Play action pass, RPO for Haskins as he keeps it and then throws. That's tight end A.J. Alexander hauling that in for a gain of 12, and the Buckeyes move the chains yet again. They're inside their red zone just 30 seconds into the football game. Haskins now runs a read option there, can't pitch it out. Great tackle. That's Jason Jordan, the junior linebacker, bringing him down in the backfield. To be 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes. They got a heavy formation. Haskins is going to keep it himself. A little bit of play action, and he comes forward for about a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 11 now for Ohio State from the 19. They check the play from the sidelines. Haskins, it's going to be a screen to Antonio Williams. He is leveled. That's Salim Brightwell, the senior middle linebacker for the Panthers, come forward, and the Buckeyes will have to settle for an early field goal that dinks in off the upright, and the Buckeyes do draw first blood, although it was not without a bit of bated breath for Buckeyes fans there, but they do open the scoring 3-0, and the Panthers will look to respond here. And it's a great defensive play by Joshua Norwood to deny Kenny Pickett the completion to Maurice French on the Panthers' opening offensive play of the football game. Another great defensive play, that's Nick Connor. He's an impact player for the Buckeyes. I expect to see him all over the field today. He makes a nice deflection. The Panthers already facing 3rd and long. Pickett, though, great job finding Trey Tipton outside. Beautiful move around one man. He gets first down yardage. Faked Fuller out of his shoes. Great job by Trey Tipton there. The Panthers pick up their first down of the day. Todd Sibley, though, he is wrapped up in the backfield. A swarming defense by the Buckeyes. He fought through 2 tackles and still lost 2 yards, did the Panthers' redshirt sophomore running back. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 now for Pickett, and his throw's intercepted. He was looking for Maurice French and Jay Keys, and he kind of put it between the two of them. It was on track for French, but it's intercepted. Adam Young sits down in the zone coverage and just cuts underneath the route. Pickett's pass intercepted early, and just what the Panthers didn't want to have happen. Ohio State has an incredibly explosive offense, and if you give them short fields like this, it's a recipe for disaster. And so Ohio State set with great field position here. 2nd and 2 now from the 26. Haskins back to pass, finds a man. That's A.J. Alexander. Paris Ford tackles him, but he's into the end zone, and Ohio State capitalizes on the early miscue from the Panthers, and they take a double-digit advantage, 10-0 over the Panthers, just 3 minutes into the ball game, and they're looking to blow this game open early. C.J. London's going to get his first carry of the game. Nowhere to go for him as he's wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Kenny Pickett as he's in the shotgun. He's back, has a mid-screen. It's Maurice French. He cuts up the middle, and he loses the football. Nick Connor recovers it for the Buckeyes. He's going the other way, 20-15, and he's brought down at about the 12. Another turnover forced by this Ohio State defense, and they're going to have just a hop, skip, and a jump to be able to get into the end zone to really bust this game wide open. Maurice French, who's been so sure-handed for the Panthers this season, comes across the middle of the field, a play that he's been utilized on so often. The mid-screen had a nice little chunk gain for the Panthers, and he just lost a handle on the football. Connor recovers, and the Buckeyes are going to make the Panthers pay. It's KJ Hill, the receiver, on a triple receiver option. Dwayne Haskins with a beautiful pitch, and KJ Hill waltzes into the end zone. He outruns Paris Ford, and Ohio State takes a 3-score lead just not even 4 minutes into the opening quarter of football. The Buckeyes fans are in absolute heaven right now, and the Panthers have a gigantic hole that they're going to have to dig themselves out of. 5 wide set for Pickett as the Panthers will go back to the air here on first down. He rolls out wide, finds sophomore receiver Paul Lease, the New Jersey product, hauls that in for a gain of 6, and the Panthers will face 2nd and 4. 3 wide set as Pickett's in the shotgun. He's back, looks underneath, has his man. That's freshman receiver Jay Keys. Nice move around one defender, picks up a good solid gain of 9 and a first down for the Panthers. So they're in their best field position of the day so far at their own 40-yard line here on their 3rd drive already. Pickett rolling out wide, looks, has a man. That's Jay Keys. He's going to fight through the tackle from Connor, and he's off. 35-30, 25, fights through a tackle again, 15, 10. He's brought down at about the 6-yard line. Jay Keys, an absolute physical specimen this guy is. It's incredible. The Panthers brought him in as a true freshman. They weren't sure where they were going to play him. They decided he was too talented to keep off the field. He's been in the quarterback's room some this year. He even has thrown a touchdown pass, but he has been an incredible find as a receiver. He's a big play threat for the Panthers. He can catch the football. He's their leading receiver in terms of yardage this year, and he's knocking on the door for most receptions, and it's an incredible gain for the Panthers, and just like that, they're in the red zone here at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Panthers. Trey Tipton in motion. Pickett hands it off. It's going to be C.J. London up the middle. He can't cross the plane. They're brought down at about the half-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal. The Panthers really need to get in the end zone here. They send Jay Keys in motion. Pickett's in the backfield with London. He takes a snap, decides to keep it himself, and he's into the end zone. Kenny Pickett has scored for the Panthers, and they do get on the board and will cut the Ohio State advantage to 10, 17-7 here midway through the opening quarter. It's been an explosive first 6 minutes of football here, and Pickett is able to bring the fireworks for the Panthers, and they do get on the scoreboard and need to make a stop of Ohio State here to give their offense a chance to get them back in the game. 1st and 10, it's going to be A.J. Alexander. He fights through a tackle of Kaiser Artis-Scott, picks up 10. It's going to be 2nd and inches now for the Buckeyes. Haskins decides to throw a screen out wide. KJ Hill fights through a tackle. Paris Ford gets him with the 2nd opportunity, though, but it's a first down for the Buckeyes. They love to run the hurry up, try and keep this Panthers defense off balance and get them tired because of the number of weapons that the Buckeyes have, but it was nearly an interception from Kaiser Artis-Scott there. Great deflection from him to knock the ball away, but he could have hauled that in and taken it the other way. Haskins, play action now on 3rd down, has to throw it away as the Panthers had some pressure coming up the middle. That was Sean Wolfgang, the junior defensive end, who forces the throw away, and Pitt will get an opportunity with the football from their own 13-yard line. It's going to be C.J. London up the middle on a catch, 9 yards for the true sophomore for the Panthers, and that'll set up 3rd and 2 now. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be Pickett to London. He finds a hole on the counter route, gets about 4, and it will move the chains for the Panthers here as we get towards the end of the opening frame of football here in Glendale, Arizona. Pickett back to pass. It's another mid-screen. It's Maurice French. He holds onto the ball this time and gets a okay gain of 4 yards to set up 2nd and 6. French goes in motion. Now it's Pickett's under center. He's back, rolls out to his right, dumps it off to the senior Maurice French, who hauls in another grab, but for very minimal gain there, 2 yards. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. Dual halfback look for the Panthers as Jay Keys checks into the backfield, and Pickett finds his safety valve. That is Jay Keys. He knows how reliable Keys and French have been on this season. He finds Keys that time and does just enough to move the chains. Pickett hands off to C.J. London. Nowhere to go, though, as he is swarmed in the backfield. A great tackle off the edge by freshman defensive end Billy Turner, and that will end the first quarter. Your Pitt Panthers currently trailing in the Fiesta Bowl to the Ohio State Buckeyes 17-7. So we will start the second quarter off. Pickett in a 4-wide set with C.J. London next to him in the backfield here. He's back to pass, looks, Plenty of time, but he's intercepted. It's Ben Johnson, jumps the route, the freshman corner for Ohio State, and no one is going to catch him. Another turnover for the Panthers, and Ohio State capitalizes on it yet again. Incredible for the Buckeyes. That's, 3 touchdowns off of Pitt turnovers right now. And that has been the entire difference in the football game. Maurice French, though, he's going to go nowhere. He's tackled by Ben Johnson, who just scored the touchdown. I mean, yeah, if you go back and watch the play, it was great coverage by the Buckeyes. Literally nobody was open for Kenny Pickett. He thought he had a step for Trey Tipton. Unfortunately, he didn't lead him enough. It allowed Johnson the opportunity to jump the route. And more bad news for the Panthers now. C.J. London took a handoff up the middle. He's being looked at by the medical staff after taking a big hit, and we'll see if he's able to return to this game. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Again, great coverage downfield from the Buckeyes. Nobody open for Pickett to throw to, and Jonathan Cooper comes off the edge and brings down the Panthers' junior signal caller, and Ohio State will take over the football after a great return by Antonio Williams. They're already inside the 40-yard line. It's going to be Haskins up the middle to Mike Weber, and he is hammered up the middle. That's Keyshawn Camp with a great tackle there. And bad news for Pitt. C.J. London is being ruled out of the game. They say it's a concussion. He's not going to pass concussion protocol, and so he is out for the rest of this game. So the Panthers lose their quickest running back. Great tackle, though, and great pursuit by Paris Ford. Brings down Mike Weber on the screen. And so Ohio State, after a false start penalty, has to settle for a long field goal opportunity, which is up and is good. And so they'll push their advantage to 27-7 over the Panthers. But it's French on the return. He breaks through a couple defenders. Great blocking down from Caleb Cannon. Maurice French is across midfield and pushed out of bounds at about the 43. That's a 62-yard return, his best of the entire season, and the Panthers need to get back on the scoreboard here. Pickett rolling out on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go again. Great coverage downfield, and so he scampers for a nice 5-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 5 for Pitt. 3 wide set. Pickett back. Has a man open. That was Jay Keys, but he just throws it behind in there. Pickett a little bit rattled. And so the Panthers facing 4th and 5, already down by 20. They're going to go for it. 5 wide set for Kenny. Back to pass. Has a man open. It was Keys. Instead, he goes to Lease, and it's an incredible defensive play. Nick Cooper again comes across and disrupts the play. And just like that, Ohio State will retake the football in fantastic field position. The 38-yard line. Haskins keeps it on a read option, and he's going to be leveled. Paris Ford is able to drag him down by the ankles for a short gain. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Buckeyes. Now Haskins getting the play call from the sideline. He's back, looks to dump it off, but nowhere to go. That's Wolfgang into the backfield, and he brings down Haskins, his first sack on the day. Team leading 11th sack on the season for Sean Wolfgang, and the Panthers are going to be able to get a huge stop on the Buckeyes, and they'll take over the football. Jay Keys with a nice reception over the middle from Pickett. 1st down yardage for the Panthers. 2nd and 12 now for Kenny. He's back to pass. Has time in the pocket. Great pocket presence from Kenny there. He finds French on a slant. Nice gain of 9. So it'll be 3rd and short for Pitt. Pickett has a sidecar in Todd Sibley's. Back to pass. Sets his feet. Great job by Kenny, not rolling into pressure. He just stayed in the pocket, found his man Sibley out of the backfield over the middle, and gets the 1st down. 2nd and 8 now. Kenny back to pass. Finds a man over the middle yet again. That's redshirt sophomore Caleb Cannon. And the Panthers just methodically moving down the field. 1st down yet again. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Now Pickett, he's going to keep it himself, and that's incredible option defense by Ohio State. They went with the running back. They stayed with Kenny, and there was nowhere for him to go. 3rd and very long for the Panthers now as time's winding down in the opening half. Pickett back to pass. Has plenty of time. Looks. He's got a man deep. It's Jay Keys. It's a touchdown. Pickett to Jay Keys. A route that we've seen so many times this season. Kenny finds his man, Jay Keys, and just like that, the Panthers are right back in this football game. A huge touchdown throw from Kenny. He finds Jay right in stride, and the freshman with the surest hands on this football team, it has to be said, brings that in for a huge gain, a touchdown, and Pitt is now just 2 touchdowns behind the Buckeyes late here in the 2nd quarter. Incredible job by the Panthers to stay focused there. Great methodical drive, and then they use the big play on 3rd down to really make things happen. 2nd and 3 for the Buckeyes after a 7-yard gain. Haskins fakes the play action on the screen. He's going to look deep. He's got a man, but it's intercepted. Jacob Lachlan comes across and makes a huge play, and he's going the other way. He's across midfield to about the 43-yard line before he's brought down. The Panthers forced their first turnover of the game. Dwayne Haskins went for the long ball. He tried to get the home run to counter what the Panthers did, and Jacob Lachlan, who is sitting in center field back there, the redshirt sophomore, I think that's the first interception of his career, and it couldn't come at a bigger time. So the Panthers now looking to make something happen here late in the opening half that could potentially draw them back within a score to go into halftime. It's going to be Pickett. He rolls out, has a man. That's Maurice French. Great throw from Kenny, getting French on the comeback. Just enough yardage for the first down. So as we get near about a minute to play, the Panthers happy to let the clock run down so Ohio State won't get another chance with the football. Pickett finds Cannon over the middle for a gain of 6. We're at 30 seconds to play. Kenny looks, has a man underneath. That's redshirt senior Trey Tipton. Hauls that in for a gain of 8 and a first down. 20 seconds to play as Pickett sits in the shotgun here, 3 wide set. He's back, rolls to his right. The Buckeyes give pursuit, nowhere to go, and Pickett's forced to just throw it away with 16 seconds to play. 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set. Kenny back to pass. He looks, he's going to decide to scramble. Nobody open downfield. The Panthers will use their first timeout with 11 seconds to play here, and it'll be 3rd down. 5 wide set again for Pickett as he surveys the scene at the line. He's back. He rolls to his right. He's got some room. Pickett's going to scramble. He dives. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Kenny Pickett scrambles into the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the day. And just like that, Pitt has made this a 1-score game with 6 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter and in the opening half. An incredible turn of events for the Panthers. Turnovers have been such a story here in the first half. Haskins, one final play, looking to go deep, but he sacked Wolfgang, his 2nd sack of the day, to send us into halftime with the Panthers remarkably turning things around, only trailing Ohio State by 6 points, 27-21 here in the Fiesta Bowl for the right to go to the College Football National Championship. And the story of the game has been turnovers. Both teams making the other pay for turnovers. I think there's been 4 touchdowns scored off of 4 turnovers in this game. So if the Panthers want to come back and win here, they have to retain the football in the 2nd half and keep it in their possession safely. So we welcome you back to the 2nd half of the Fiesta Bowl here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Pitt starting with the football in a game that has been an absolute fiesta for both teams offensively so far, racking up the points, 48 points in the opening half of football, and the Panthers look to add to that total and potentially take the lead here on their opening drive of the 2nd half. It's Todd Sibley who's going to be the Panthers feature back, as CJ London, you'll remember, is out for the rest of the game with a concussion. So a couple of nice runs for Sibley here to open the half of football, and another good carry, gain of 6 for the redshirt sophomore from Akron, Ohio. The Panthers now facing 3rd and 4. Jay Keys has subbed into the Panthers wildcat package here at quarterback. He just takes it on a design quarterback run up the middle, muscles his way forward, and that is the animal magnetism that we're talking about from Jay Keys. He's an absolute tank for the Panthers. He can catch anything. He'll run up the middle. He doesn't care. It's a huge play and a big first down for Pitt. Paul Lease gets across the 40, sheds a tackler, and gets enough for the first down, gain of 11. 2nd and 10 now. Kenny Pickett making some adjustments at the line. Play action pass. He rolls out to his right, dumps it off. It's nearly intercepted, deflected away. That's Jordan Fuller with a great defensive play on the pass intended for Caleb Cannon. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. Pickett looks, has a man, it's Lease, but he's just leveled. That's Cooper again over the middle. He's had a sensational game, and he takes down Paul Lease. The Panthers on the 38 of Ohio State decide to punt the ball away, and it's a horrific punt from Eric Fox. So Ohio State, after a 17-yard punt, will get the ball at their own 21, and Mike Weber starts off their half offensively with a great run up the middle, picks up 13 before Paris Ford is able to meet him and drag him down. Weber goes in motion this time. Haskins back to pass. It's a screen, and Weber is creamed. Paris Ford meets him yet again, this time for a huge loss in the backfield. 4-yard loss for Ohio State, and it'll be 3rd and 12 now. They send Alexander in motion. Haskins back to pass. Panthers only rush 3. Dane Jackson beat on the coverage by KJ Hill. He got through the bump and run from Jackson, got open, and Haskins found him. 40-yard gain for the Buckeyes, and just like that, they're in plus territory. Haskins, he's going to hand off to Antonio Williams. Paris Ford again in pursuit, and it's another great tackle by the leading tackler on this Pitt Panthers defense, the Bednarik Award winner as the best defender in college football, and he's showing it off today. A.J. Alexander, though, gets around Panthers defender Jason Jordan for a gain of 13, and the Buckeyes now at the Pitt 10-yard line, leading by 6. Haskins is going to hand off. It's Antonio Williams. He takes it to the edge off tackle. He's got some great blocking ahead of him, and he's into the end zone. Ohio State retakes a 2-touchdown advantage. Great blocking on the edge as they hand it off to Williams, and he just followed his protection. Had to beat 2 Panthers with a sprint. He did so, and Ohio State takes the lead 34-21 here midway through the third quarter. Todd Sibley gets a run-off tackle himself, picks up about 5 for the Panthers, and so it'll be 2nd and 5 here from the 30-yard line. Pickett hands off. It's Sibley again. The Panthers trusting the bruising running back from Akron to pick up a nice gain of 9 there and a first down. Pickett with some changes at the line. He's going to hand it off again. It's Sibley up the middle. Nice solid chunk yardage there. Gain of 5, and the Panthers will face third and a moderate distance of 5 as they go 5 wide. Pickett back to pass. Has a man. That's Keys. He's pushed backwards, but they're going to say with forward progress, he did have first down yardage. Generous spot there for the Panthers. 3rd and 11 now, though. As Paul Lease goes in motion. Pickett back to pass. Has to roll away. The pressure is able to get through the Pitt offensive line. Ohio State, they've been getting pressure with only 4 guys. Jonathan Cooper with his 2nd sack of the day, and the Panthers have to punt the football away. Ohio State could really break things open here with a score. A.J. Alexander has the ball knocked away from him, though, on 2nd down. So it'll be 3rd and long for the Buckeyes as Haskins is back to pass. Panthers bring 4. Victor over the middle. Ford crushes him. Knocks the football loose, and a lineman has to jump on it. Ford does a great job forcing the fumble. The Panthers don't recover, but they will force a punt from the Buckeyes and retake the football here. 2nd and 9. It's Jay Keys fighting his way through a couple Buckeyes defenders. Going to set up 3rd and inches for the Panthers. 7 catches for 146 yards already on the day for the Panthers freshman sensation. It's going to be Colin Wells up the middle, the true freshman, getting an opportunity to spell Todd Sibley. Short gain, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Your Pitt Panthers looking to pull a rabbit out of the hat and come from behind on the Ohio State Buckeyes, currently trailing 34-21 in the Fiesta Bowl. And just a horrific start for the Panthers to open the fourth quarter. They don't have a play lined up, and they take a delay of game penalty, so a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 13 now to open the final frame. Pickett back to pass. He has French on a mid-screen, comes across the middle. Great blocking downfield by Pitt. French is able to get a good chunk of it back, picks up 12, and it'll be 3rd and 1 as the Panthers hurry back to the line. They send Jay Keys in motion. Pickett in the shotgun with Wells. He's going to keep it himself, finds the hole. Great block downfield. That was Trey Tipton, leveled a Buckeyes player in the secondary. Good gain for Kenny, and the Panthers will have a new set of downs. Colin Wells finds his way through a tackle before he's brought down from behind. Great run for the true freshman who gets first down yardage for the Panthers. Nice gain of 10. Pickett back to pass. He's looking. He has to roll to his right as the pressure finally gets through the Pitt line. Dumps it off, finds French for a very minimal gain. Pickup of 2, and so it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Wells as the sidecar to Jay Keys, and it's a just stuff. Ohio State was reading run all the way. Cooper bursts into the backfield and lays the smackdown, puts the hammer on Colin Wells, and it'll be 3rd and 11 now for the Panthers. Pickett back to pass. Has a man over the middle. It was Jay Keys, his favorite target on the day. Throws it behind him, so it'll be 4th and 11. Panthers down by 2 scores in the 4th. They have to go for it here. Pickett back to pass. Has a man over the middle. It's Benjamin Ogden, the redshirt sophomore. Hauls it in. He can't fight his way into the end zone, but he's going to set up 1st and goal for the Panthers at the 3. They've been incredible gaining yardage, but they can't get the lead, but they will make it a bit closer. Colin Wells, what a time for your first career touchdown as the true freshman is into the end zone, and the Panthers will cut the Ohio State advantage to 7. Great blocking through the middle. Wells finds the hole, and now the Panthers controversially going for 2 to try and make it a 5-point game. I guess that'll allow them to keep it a 1-score game if they hold Ohio State to a field goal, but they're not going going to do it. It's going to be a route jump. The Panthers will have to chase down a Buckeye, as he could have been off to the races for points there, but it'll be just a 2-point conversion that goes for naught, and the Panthers will still be trailing by 7 points. 1st and 10 for Ohio State. Haskins throws out wide. It's Benjamin Victor on a short gain, and it'll be 3rd and 6 now for Ohio State as they come back to the line. Weber as the sidecar to Dwayne Haskins. He's back to pass. They're setting up a screen. It's dumped off. It's Mike Weber. The Panthers pursue it well. Paris Ford and Salim Brightwell meet Weber for a short gain, and Pitt will have the football with an opportunity to score a touchdown and tie the football game here. Pickett rolling out, decides to keep it himself, picks up 6. And so it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. They go 5 wide set here midway through the 4th quarter. Pickett back to pass, has plenty of time. He had Jay Keys breaking open, but a fantastic defensive play by the Buckeyes to leap at the line of scrimmage and knock the football away. And the Panthers will be forced to punt. They're not going to go for it that deep in their own territory. So it's going to be Austin Mack on a nice little jet sweep, reminiscent of what we used to see from the Panthers in the Quadri Henderson days. Short gain, though, will be 2nd and 7. Mike Weber's going to go up the middle. Eventually going to be dragged down from behind by Jason Jordan, but he does get 1st down yardage nearing midfield for Ohio State. 5 minutes to play. It's Haskins back to pass. Has a man over the middle. That's Benjamin Victor. Kaiser Artis-Scott eventually is able to break through and drag him to the turf, but he does pick out 1st down yardage for the Buckeyes as they're getting near field goal range where they could potentially make it a 2-score game yet again. It's going to be Weber here, and that's why the Panthers went for 2, really, but Weber weaves his way through a couple of blockers and defenders. Huge gain, and Ohio State definitely inside of field goal range now. Haskins, though, a little bit of confusion there with Weber. He kept it himself, and the Panthers take advantage. Jason Jordan comes up and levels in the backfield. Huge loss there. 2nd and 15. It's a handoff. It's going to be Williams. Breaks out wide. Paris Ford with a great tackle to drag him down. 5-yard gain back to about the 24-yard line. 3rd and 10. 5 wide set for Haskins as he's back to pass. Looking. Nobody open. Great coverage by the Panthers, and it's a sack. Ronnie Baker breaks into the backfield, brings Haskins down. It's going to be a long kick for the Buckeyes here, and it's no good. Just like that, their kicker, I don't know if it was a mental break or what, but he just didn't get solid contact of that. It was a very long field goal for him. He's a good kicker, but he doesn't have a ton of power, and he just mishits the football there, and the Panthers are going to get the ball back with 2:46 to play and an opportunity to tie the football game. Pickett rolling out here. They do have to go 68 yards down the field in 2.5 minutes to tie this game. They get 8 yards so far. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers now. Pickett back to pass, rolling away. He's pressured, has to throw it away, and he's not able to find his man. Pickett is struggling to get up there, but he will stay in the game. 4th and 2. This could be the football game for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Kenny as he surveys the situation. He's back to pass. Ohio State brings 4. Has a man. It's Trey Tipton, the redshirt senior. Not going to let his career end just yet. Gets the 1st down. Pickett playing through what looks to be a back injury, but you know he's not coming out on this drive. Absolutely no way. Todd Sibley back in the game for the Panthers at halfback. Picks up 13 and a 1st down, and Pitt now down to the Ohio State 37. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Minute 40 to play. Pickett's back to pass. Plenty of time. Great blocking by the Panthers, picking up the Ohio State pressure, and Tipton with another catch. His 4th of the game goes for 7. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Now just over a minute to play. Pickett looks, has Antonio Greer, but he's gang tackled by the Buckeyes. It's going to be 4th down. Pitt will hurry back to the line. They want to save all 3 timeouts in case they don't convert, so they have one more chance to stop the Buckeyes. Pickett making the play call at the line. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Keys over the middle. That's a huge 1st down for the Panthers as they now have about 48 seconds to play, and the clock starts to run here. Still 3 timeouts. 5 wide set for Kenny. 30 seconds. He's back to pass. Ohio State rushes 3, so he's got plenty of time. Finds French over the middle, but he's dragged down short of the 1st down marker, and the Panthers are going to be forced to use their 1st timeout, so it's all or nothing at this point. They're not going to have enough timeouts, so they need to score a touchdown on this drive. Pickett rolling out to the right. Looks, doesn't find anybody. Eventually dumps it off to Keys underneath at about the 9. Great catch by Jay Keys holding on to that pass through traffic, and the clock ticks to about 12 seconds to play. Pickett back to pass, rolling out to his right, dumps it off out wide, throws it out of play to stop the clock with 9 seconds left. 2nd and goal for the Panthers. They need to get in the end zone here. Pickett back to pass. Blitz brought by Ohio State. Keys catches it over the middle for a gain of 7. The Panthers will use their 2nd timeout. Maybe enough time for 2 plays here to finish out the game. 3rd and goal for the Panthers. 5 wide from the 2-yard line. Pickett back to pass. Looks. Tipton. It's incomplete, but there's 2 seconds to play on the clock. So Pitt will have one final opportunity to tie the game. 4th and goal, down 7, 2 seconds to play from the 2. 5 wide set for the Panthers. Pickett looking over the situation. He's got bunch formation to his right. Jay Keys and Maurice French both out there. Pickett looks. He's got a man. Touchdown. Maurice French is into the end zone. The Panthers are an extra point away from sending this Fiesta Bowl to overtime. With no time to play on the clock, Pickett, French was his only option open. Great coverage by the Buckeyes. Otherwise, he found French right in front of Connor, and French is able to get into the end zone. Now, they try to ice Jay Bump, but he is cool as the other side of the pillow. Knocks it up and good through the middle of the uprights. The Panthers tie the game at 34 and will go to overtime. Pitt calls tails. They lose the toss, and so Ohio State will play defense first. The Panthers will be on offense, trying to score a touchdown to at least force the Buckeyes' hand here with their opening possession of the overtime frame. And it's Sibley up the middle. Nice gain of 5 as he's spun forward. He goes down with an injury as well and has to be helped off the field. 2nd and 5, 5 wide set for Pickett. He's back, dumps it off. Benjamin Ogden drops it. It was nearly intercepted. Ogden lost the football there, and Ohio State nearly capitalized. 3rd and 5, Pickett. Plenty of time over the middle. He's got Trey Tipton yet again. Huge catch by the redshirt senior. He's been gigantic here in the 4th quarter and overtime. 1st and goal now for the Panthers. Colin Wells in at halfback, the true freshman looking to find the end zone one more time. Does he have that magic? No. He's brought down after a gain of a yard, so it'll be 2nd and goal for the Panthers. 5 wide set, bunch to the right. Pickett rolls to his right, looking for a man. Doesn't really see anybody, and so he tried to dump it off finally at the end, I think, to Jay Keys, but he wasn't able to find him. Falls incomplete. 3rd and goal, 5 wide. Pickett back to pass. Has time. Looks. Eventually rolls out. The pressure breaks down. He looks for French. It's deflected away by Brian Simon, and it'll be 4th and goal. The Panthers forced to settle for a J-bump field goal, which does give them the lead, albeit temporarily. An Ohio State touchdown would win the football game. A field goal would force a 2nd overtime, and a stop would give the Panthers the victory. Haskins back to pass. Has a man. It's KJ Hill. Great tackle by Jazzy Stalker at the 4, but it's a huge gain for Ohio State to set up 1st and goal and their opportunity to punch it in. Haskins looking for the play from the sideline. Back to pass to the end zone. Nearly intercepted. Paris Ford deflects it away. If he could have taken the football there, the Panthers would have won it. It would have been so fitting if Ford was the guy to do it. 2nd and goal. Haskins back to pass. Looks over the middle. He's got a man. It's A.J. Alexander. And Ohio State has won the football game. The 2nd touchdown reception of the game for the tight end. He beats Salim Brightwell, sheds the tackle, and Ohio State will be playing for the college football national championship after winning the Fiesta Bowl over your Pitt Panthers. An incredible game of football. The just adversity that the Panthers battled back from, the amount of resilience and resolve that they showed, never quit attitude, forcing overtime, putting the Buckeyes on the ropes after just putting themselves really behind the 8 ball so early on, down by 17 in the opening quarter, and then down by 20 at one point in the 2nd quarter. The Panthers battled back, forced overtime, and things, aren't always meant to be. The Panthers aren't able to pull out the victory, but in another incredible season, a 2nd consecutive ACC championship for the University of Pittsburgh. Another incredible year, their 2nd straight year in the college football playoff. They're not able to overcome that hurdle of the semifinal for the 2nd straight year, but another impressive season for Pat Narduzzi and company. And we thank you guys for tuning in the entire way here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. As always, hail to Pitt. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with Season 5 of the Pitt Panthers Dynasty very soon here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Your host, Moose, signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Hail to Pitt, and we'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.